fly with me, let's fly. I've been really trying, baby.
Right, one of the things that we have to do is check each bag is the same weight. This makes it fair for all walkers, and also it means that no one's actually struggling and no one's also powering them ahead. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so one of the most important things to do when you're hiking is making sure that your heavy rucksack is sitting on your hips and not on your shoulders, because if it's on your shoulders you're going to get tired and worn out very quickly, and you're going to get really sore shoulders. And so you need to have a really tight belt around here and make sure you can feel it sort of sitting there, and you should have a little bit of space there. These straps are just holding it up basically.
So Andrew,
Yeah.
what are you doing there?
I've put my fleece under my shoulder pads.
And why have you done that?
It helps spread the weight of your rucksack across your shoulders, so it puts less pressure on your shoulders, and also it takes a lot of the chafing away.
Okay.
So it's a lot more comfortable.
Thank you.
So first thing you want to do is line the compass edge, or this arrow, up with the direction you want to move on the map. So we're about here, and we want to move in this direction. So as you can see, the edge of the compass is lined up, and then you see these grid lines. If the way the writing is pointing to the direction of north, so if you line these lines up with that, so that north on the compass is lined up with north on the map, then you get this, which is the bearing you want. So then, taking it out of the map, if you line up north and south with that on the compass, you get that the direction we want to move is... Oh, plus, sorry, I forgot to add the most important bit. In the UK, there is a slight correction you need to make, so that there's an extra 2 degrees on the compass bearing, as you would get different bearings in different locations around the world. Okay, so the actual bearing we want is 290 degrees. And if we line it up, the direction we want to move is that way.
Thank you.
Let's
very
go.
much. One, go.
So if you get lost, the first thing to do is stop, because there's no point in going further than you need to, because you might end up going the wrong way. Look for landmarks, see if you recognise anything. Look at maybe the contours as well. That's a bit more difficult, but you might see a hill that you should be by. You can take a bearing, see whether you're still going in the direction you should be. And if you're lucky, you'll find where you're meant to be going, and you can just carry on. But if you really need to, as a last resort, you should go back to wherever you last knew where exactly you were, and then try again from there.
Okay.
We had to do that yesterday.
Yeah. Arjun, how do you tackle bogs?
Avoid the watery areas and stand on lumps of grass, and that way hopefully your feet don't get too wet.
Take it slow as well, so you don't break your ankles.
If you have walking sticks, you can test how much water's in the ground.
Yeah. Cheers.
When you try your best but you don't succeed, when you get one.
Eat well, chicken curry with some rice.
And
chickpeas.
food is fuel.
Keeping nutrition. So whilst we're looking at what Wales has to offer, we'll go through what we had to eat. For breakfast we had cereal bars and beans, and that was because we wanted to keep it easy and fast so we could get out in the morning without any hassle and warming anything up. At lunch we had wraps with salami and Nutella and squeezy cheese, which didn't go off, which was good. We also had pita pockets for lunch with ham, and that meant that with the wraps we had lots of carbs for energy whilst we were walking. For dinner, for one day we had chicken curry with chickpeas, as seen by Dan, lentils and rice, and also tuna pasta. When you're cooking and when you're looking for food to have, always try and find things with lots of calories in, because you're going to be burning a lot. Snacks, we had sweets, and as well as that we had dried fruit and nuts. It's good to have the dried fruit as they're very, very nutritious and also provide a lot of natural sugars, and the dried fruit will keep you fuller for longer. So I know we're doing a lot of walking, but it means that you won't get as hungry. We also had hot chocolate in the evenings just in case it gets cold, and these can be found in sachets. So we also had increased portions compared to the packages that we'd purchased, and this because, as you know, you're walking, so you're going to be burning loads and loads of calories, and you're going to need some more to fill you up. And the increased portions where it says it will be suitable for one person, it probably won't. You'll probably need two of them. Another thing to eat whilst foraging is these bilberries. Bilberries. Small berries.
They're a bit sour, but you know,
They're worth it.
if you're on a mountain,
And you need food. Bit of a sugar rush.
You going for your own snack.
And there's loads of them. This is Aria and Andrew collecting some extra food for everyone else, I hope. Yes.
sharing is going. We're definitely cutting this. Hello, we are cutting this. This is not going in.
That is 100% going in now.
Eat well.
So when you're putting a tent up or taking it down, you need to make sure that the zips are done up, because otherwise it will be really misshapen or difficult to fold up.
Also, you might find that the zips don't actually close when you've pegged out all the corners, as you see here.
Yeah.
It's important when you're taking poles out that you are pushing from one end to the other rather than pulling, because you can actually get it quite stuck in the middle. And if you have someone at the other end, they don't want to be pulling the other end, they just want to be helping feed through.
When doing the poles, it's important to push the poles through rather than pulling them, otherwise it will break the poles in the middle, and that's how poles can snap. You can help by feeding the tent food, where that's a good demo.
So if you want to tie the guy lines up, which you'll probably want to do at the end of your expedition, you might not need to bother as you're going through. But you pull on this thing, which tightens it as much as possible, so it's like a double rope. You then fold it in half, and then holding all four of them, you basically just tie a granny knot. And you're done.
Cool.
When you're putting pegs in, that you do not use a mallet. At the very most, you want to use the bottom of your shoe, because if you're using a mallet and there's rocks underneath the ground, then that's how pegs end up getting bent.
Mallets are also very heavy, and the leaders will take the piss out of you.
On some campsites, they provide toilets for you. If you're lucky, they're quite nice. This time we were quite unfortunate.
And this little corrugated iron hut is what was only used in emergencies. No door. Brambles everywhere. Brambles in your face when you're sitting down, apparently. It's not great.
Shake off the water from the tent before you pack it up, otherwise it will stay wet all day. Yeah, so we got up 7ish and left at 8, and we've done 3 or 4 kilometres already now, so we should end up, if we keep this up, we should end up at the campsite like 4 or 5ish, so we'll have loads of time to put our stuff out to dry.
Which is good. Yeah.
Got steam coming out of it.
Okay, it's recording. So
Don't take the train. Don't take the train.
as much as we want to, we can't, but don't take the train. We are at the sea. A very sad Andrew next to the ice cream. This is not a sponsored video. There are other
ice cream brands are available.
Yeah. So we just walked past the cafe. Yeah, as much as we wanted to.
It's not allowed, you'd fail.
Yeah.
So it's not very good.
So we're stocking up on fruit instead.
Yeah.
Wild fruit.
Lots of blackberries.
Another thing that you should remember whilst doing DV is you may be in another country, a place you've never been before, away from all civilization. Take in the beautiful surroundings and appreciate the landscape around you.